Where are we at on the schedule? Okay, Super Off-Road should have started a little while ago, so... Let's see. Whatever, it's working. It's fine, whatever. What was I going to say? Before I did that, in case you guys are wondering how those donations bolstered our overall rank, we are now 1,534th overall on Extra Life. Now, I know that there's the people at the top are going to be like your big-time streamers, so I think it's cool that we're actually kind of muscling our way up into that echelon very slowly, very steadily, and we couldn't do it without y'all's help, so thank y'all very much. To put that into perspective, we started this stream just breaking the 10,000 mark. We were in the 9,000s, and we've jumped up to 1,500. So it's almost like Mario Maker, where you can kind of see those thresholds where people, I guess, gave up or stopped or stagnated. We got that steam. We're going to keep going, baby. Rush. That's a game I want to learn how to play. I like Rush. I like Rush because it's the only game that has a difficulty setting of novice, intermediate, expert, and then it's dangerous, followed by the sound of people screaming. Like, I love Rush for that. So anyways, this is actually the Midway Arcade Treasures Collection number 3. You can see down there at the bottom we've got Super Off-Road and Super Off-Road Track Pack, which is why it says Super Off-Road twice under Now and Next. On this game, you're going to see the map not map right here, but this thing right here, Race Drive and Stun Runner, Super Off-Road. Okay, well, it didn't show Super Off-Road twice on this little demo reel. But this is the Midway Arcade Treasures Collection number 3, and it's all racing games. So we're talking Rush, we're talking Stun Runner, I mean Hydro Thunder, you guys saw it, Off-Road Thunder, Race Drive, and that game kind of sucks. But Super Off-Road, which they haven't shown here, they've shown Badlands, but not that I haven't shown Super Off-Road. Yeah, you guys, whatever. Screw y'all. But basically, the reason why we've got Super Off-Road and then the Track Pack separately is because technically they were different arcade games. Super Off-Road, as we know it on the Super Nintendo, when we play it, as we've played it the past 7 years here on our Extra Life Marathons, Super Off-Road on Super NES was essentially Super Off-Road and the Track Pack together. So it was 16 courses together. So in this case, in the arcade, Super Off-Road was only 8 tracks. And then they released an update for the board called the Track Pack, which added another 8 and put them in rotation with the existing 8. And it also came with a new marquee that you could swap out on your arcade cabinet that would let visitors to your arcade know you didn't just have Super Off-Road, you had the Super Off-Road. You had the Track Pack. Alright, so we're starting off Super Off-Road first. Oh, it is changing the resolution on me. Hopefully it's not jacking with the... Hang on, I'm looking at the stream preview now. Oh, right! Oh, this game's got some fantastic options. Okay, let's press square for those. Alright, so, game settings. Difficulty, I'm going to leave it as the default. Continues, unlimited. I'm going to leave that as the default. Normally I've got to put a quarter in there. Do any of these game options stick out as something that seems particularly strange? Just give it just a shot in the dark out of any of these 3. Any of these seem like something you wouldn't normally see on a options menu in a game. Women's clothing. We can either have them in shirts and shorts or bikinis. This is one of the games that was censored because whenever you win a race and it shows your driver on the podium holding his trophy, he has a woman up there with him. And for some people, having them in bikinis, that was a little too salacious. So I'm gonna risk getting our stream locked, and we're gonna play it in bikini mode. It's the way that God intended. Okay? Okay? We're going to commit that to saving that. We're saving this. Saving those scores and settings. Put those on. Write that to the memory card. Okay, so timing is going to start as soon as we confirm our name. Well, whenever we confirm this. I guess I'll put my birthday in for real. I don't know if it starts here or whenever. But basically, this speed run is going to be maximum stats, 99 nitros. That means your truck is completely maxed out. Holy shit, you want me to... yeah, 1930. I like how it only goes up to 99. Zoomers... Okay. Oh, that was it, huh? I ran out of time? Wait, which button is the gas? What happened? Oh, it's R1. Well, shit, that was bad. That's okay. That's okay. We can turn this around. Don't worry. I should have paid attention to that control screen earlier. I'm not going to reset the run. I got this. So the way Super Off-Road works, you guys have seen this many years. Essentially, you notice it looks a lot like the Super Nintendo game. That's why I preferred playing the Super Nintendo version of the game, is because it's the most faithful to the arcade. It looks the most like it handles the most like it plays the most like it, but the arcade actually has some really interesting physics. I'm already in first again, so it doesn't really matter. But the Super Nintendo game comes the closest. The Sega Genesis game is way too hard. The NES game just isn't super off-road. The Game Gear game is not good. The DOS game is okay. The Game Boy game takes forever to play, and we don't talk about that. But, you know, it's basically just this. So, okay, we're about to finish our first race here. Now, you notice the silver truck is not as oh, look at that. Oh, my God. Oh, put some clothes on those women. Oh, my God. No, resume game. I'm just trying to skip the... There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy tires and shocks and start the next race. So the way that this game works is you notice that as we're going around, little items will appear. And there's two different kinds. There's a little money bag, and then there's like a little nitro, a little NOS tank. And the items increment every time they are picked up. So right now there is a money bag on track. So I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try to grab it. That's worth $10,000. Now the next time that money bag appears, it's going to be worth $20,000. And then that's going to be worth $30,000. So watch, I'm going to go grab this one up here too. I'm going to get $20,000 for it. So again, that's going to be worth $30,000. Now the nitros work the same way. The first nitro that gets picked up is going to be worth 1 nitro. Well, there's one right down there. Here's a good example. 1 nitro. Now the next time those nitros appear, it's going to be worth 2. And then 3, and then 4. And then it actually tops out at 5, I believe, in the arcade. Tops out at 4 increments in the Super Nintendo for some reason. I don't know why. So this game is a lot more leisurely to play than the Super Nintendo, because usually you're always behind the silver truck, and it's more or less a battle for second place, unless the AI just completely botches something. Item drops are being super nice to me right now. They must know that we're behind schedule just a little bit already. Because of y'all's generosity. So there we go. $100,000 plus $100,000 in item pickups. Let me turn up the thing a little bit so I can actually hear. So that means I'm going to be able to buy 2 of those and 2 of those. Now everyone has their own approach to Super Off-Road in terms of buying their upgrades. I prefer to start with shocks and tires instead of acceleration and top speed. Acceleration and top speed, pretty self-explanatory what those two do. But tires and shocks are a little bit different. Essentially, upgrading your tires means that changes in the terrain will affect you less. So you can see on the previous level we had some water, we had some sand on the far left. And upgrading your tires means that the changes in traction and all that don't affect you as much. So on this one, there's a lot of jumps and a lot of ramps. That's where the shocks come into play. So when you upgrade your shocks, the uneven terrain will be less likely to affect you and send you careening off in a random direction. Your truck will be able to handle the jumps and bumps and all that a lot better. And then, of course, acceleration just increases how quickly you can reach your top speed, and then top speed, of course, is how fast your truck can actually go. So it's pretty easy. We're about to lap the yellow truck. I thought about firing off a turbo to overlap him for maximum disrespect, but I'm like, I'm already kind of rubbing his face in it, so I'll hold off. Okay, so we're going to go for this, and I'm going to buy another set of tires. So boom, tires maxed out. Time to take a big Duke. Okay, Silver Truck is starting to get a little more wily now. So this isn't exactly made apparent to the player, but the computer trucks are also purchasing upgrades as the game progresses. They just don't show you what they're buying. In the Super Nintendo game, it's a little more obvious because you'll notice that like the Silver Truck will start investing big time in like nitros and things like that. So you can tell that money is being spent, but it looks like here they're not spending money on nitros, it's just only being spent on upgrades. Kind of like what I'm doing. I'm not spending any money on nitros. Yet. Essentially what you want early on is you want money bag power-ups. Nitros are fine. I mean, it basically... You're going to need to get to that destination at some point anyways. But you want the money power-ups because, you know, turbos can't buy... oh shit, did I accidentally go to hit next race? That's alright, that's okay. We'll just have a lot of money to spend next time. You can't just use the D-pad to pick. The game thinks you're using a steering wheel. So it only goes clockwise and counterclockwise when you press left and right. So this is a Huevos Grande. We've been here before, but now, as you can see, we're actually running this course backwards than the other time we saw it. So that's one thing that this game does, is you get 8 tracks on the arcade version, and you get them forward and backwards. I don't think the arcade version adds hay bales as the obstacles to any of the levels. I think that was something they did for the Super Nintendo version. Which, again, is one of the reasons why I like that version so much, is because you basically, it kind of inflates it. You know, you get 16 courses. Those 16 courses, you get forwards and backwards. And then you get them with, oh my god. That's what a turbo does. You get those courses forward and backwards. Then you get them with obstacles forwards and backwards. So you get 64 different ways that you can play the game. I think Silver's going to beat me for the first time this run. Oh, I tried to fire off a turbo. I tried. That's okay. I still got $111,000. Lightning. Kevin Lighty. Lightning. Oh, what? I had to continue there? I don't remember that. If you come in second, you lose? Shit, I thought it was like 4th place. Okay, now this is where the game does something insidious. Notice that everybody's going extremely fast. Very fast. They're gonna lap me. You guys know I've maxed out 2 of my 4 stats already. So this is what I call the quarter muncher level. They happen randomly, like once you've done about a half dozen stages, the game wants you to put some more money into it. So this is what they did. It is not possible to win these levels. Blue came out of nowhere. I'm gone. 4th place. This is where the game wants you to put. This is where the game wants you to put quarters in. That's a little shady. I don't like that. Oh, the game audio's low? Crap. I'll fix that between. I'll fix that between Super Off-Roads. So when you get one quarter muncher stage, you basically get another one back to back. You just have to kind of tough it out and deal with it. There's no way to win these levels. I don't know why they carried this behavior over into the home port of the game. That it seems kind of shitty, but whatever. Remember, I didn't adjust the difficulty. I left it on normal difficulty. I didn't play with any of the dip switches. That only makes the cars harder. Blue won again. Jim and John Morgan. Colonel Cluster. Oh, whoops. Damn it. I was gonna. No, I can't get a top speed power up. That steering wheel control is very, very sensitive. Alright, so this is Blaster. That's not a very good spawn for the item up there. Because, well, no, Silver Truck went out and tried to get it, so whatever. That's fine. Usually whenever that happens, that means that we're not going to get any more items in the stage because no one's going to be dumb enough to go out there and try to get that. But sometimes the AI in this game behaves a little differently than the Super Nintendo version, and sometimes they actually do go out there and try to grab items. I don't know what the problem is. It's clearly not beneficial to the race to do that. This one, it keeps appearing up here for some reason. I don't know why that one keeps showing up there. Oh, crap. Hit the wall. Yeah, okay, so on the Super Nintendo, the AI is programmed to get to the finish line the fastest way possible. I think the difference here is that the AI is programmed to avoid obstacles. As you notice, there's like this acne on the road right here that really slows you down. Silver Truck, he avoids it. But it's really faster just to cut straight across as you saw me do it. And I think that might be because I have maxed out shocks. Okay, there we go. Next race. We're back at Sidewinder. In fact, I think we played this one this direction the first time, so I think this is our first proper repeat of the game. These courses are not random, by the way. They're pseudo-random. The game feels like it has an air of randomness about it, but it really doesn't. You're going to get these tracks in the same order every time. Just go back and watch the Super Nintendo runs of this game that we've done in years gone by, and you'll notice that, like, sometimes we'll see... I think we see Sidewinder a couple of times, and we see Huevos Grande a couple of times. And then my time... I mean, I don't have the world record in the Super Nintendo version anymore, but my time was so optimized that... I mentioned there's 16 different tracks on Super Nintendo. You don't even get to see all 16 of them. I don't even think we get to see half of them in the speedruns I do for the Super NES version. There we go. Yeah, that game audio is a little bit low. I'm sorry about that. Big Dukes! Again, we've already played it this direction, which is weird, because you'd think that they just give it to us backwards, but... I don't know. Actually, didn't we... This is the third time we've seen Big Dukes. Because the last time we saw it, it was backwards, and it was the Quarter Muncher version, where all the trucks temporarily became fucking Marvel superheroes and just annihilated me. One thing I like about this game, one thing that stayed true across all of its ports, because this game was released for everything. Like, this was a huge hit in the arcades back in the day. But one thing that's lasted, that's persisted throughout the ages, is that poor motherfucker that drives the yellow truck, he can't catch a break. I just lapped him. He can't do it. He can't make it. Well, there we go. All right. Rat Killer, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard. And Not the Doctor, thank you for the 100 Twitch pennies. I appreciate it. Again, I'll be adding up all those at the very end. Or at the end of tomorrow's stream, rather. Day 2 of the marathon, and making one more donation on behalf of the community. So, subscriptions and bits and T-shirts and all that. That's all going to be one more donation for you guys. What is the yellow truck doing? Is he really that far behind? He must have hit somebody. Yeah, you're going to need that money back, buddy. Later. Oh no, I got stuck. I was looking at chat and I didn't see that I was hitting the wall. That's okay. Don't text and drive, you guys. Don't Twitch chat and drive either. Oh, damn. Sound effects in this game are a little bit iffy, but I think the Super Nintendo has better music. But the arcade, you can't beat that arcade feel. All right, 100,000 Dolans. Jammin' John Morgan representing third place again. I didn't catch to see what the name of the yellow truck was. Oh, Hurricane Gulch. That's in this game. I thought this was a track pack stage. So yeah, this is a new track. It's got a shortcut right there. I missed it because I turned a little too wide. But this is one of the levels where you really want to have your tires and your shocks maxed out. As you can see right there, there's a lot of water, and then there's this incline. There we go. I'm gonna snake right in there. You got all these inclines and slopes like that, and those shocks help you with that. And then of course the water, your tires help you with that. I didn't realize the nitros were down there. I just missed them. Okay, good. Somebody else got him. Silver Truck got him. In the Silver Truck, that's in the Super Nintendo release when this was called. When it was released fully as Ivan Iron Man Stewart Super Off-Road, the Silver Truck is supposed to be, no, the Silver, okay. Ivan Stewart licensed his name to the game and his likeness. He's the guy on the title screen. But for the home release, the Silver Truck is Mickey Thompson, the guy who was a racer, but also has like a tire business now where he sells like race tires. So he kind of like intruded on somebody else's game. Yes, actually, Gatorbox fan, talking about the previous level, Hurricane Gulch, some of the home releases omit certain stages because of the complexity of the maps. I think the NES version doesn't have Hurricane Gulch. And I'm pretty sure the Game Boy version doesn't. I don't know why it would. The Game Boy version barely even has a game, so I think I have a de facto world record in the Game Boy version of this game. There was one time where I just played all the different ports of Super Off-Road I could get my hands on in hopes that I could stir up some competition on like other versions of the game. Some of it worked. I put some. There's some people that play the NES game now, which is actually a slightly different game than this. I need to fix the categories, but nobody wants to touch the Game Boy version. There's no times on the Genesis version because I think it's actually impossible. Sven of the Dead. He's noticed. He's like, I like how the worse you do in a race, the more the girl is wearing, the more she's covered, implying you're not getting any tonight. Well, if I set them on shirts and shorts instead of bikinis, then some of them is be wearing a full-on chastity belt. If you got third place. Okay, now the Silver Truck's trying to go down the forbidden route down there across the little ridges. There is yeah, there we go. There's a proper path through those where you don't slow down as much. I'm also 90% certain if you hit those speed bumps that everyone gets stuck at. I'll try it right here if I can get a good run. This blue truck doesn't get in my way. I didn't get a good run at it. I think if you start from the top corner or the bottom corner and you go at it diagonally like you're supposed to drive over those in real life, I think you actually go much faster. 100,000. We're getting close. We have maximum stats right now. We're working on getting 99 nitros. How many do I have? 81. So it is possible that the run will end after this level if I get nothing but nitro power-ups. However, or if I just get all power-ups, because once you completely max out your vehicle, then any power-up is good, because a money bag basically just becomes the nitro, and then nitros are just straight up nitros. And it is possible for a run to end in the middle of a race as well. That has happened to me a couple of times. Because when you hit 99, that's when it ends. Whether you purchase that 99th nitro or pick it up during a race, 99 is 99, any way you slice it. I think we're gonna come really close to this being the last race, but it's not. We're not gonna. It's gonna be the next race. Damn it! I was hoping he would pick up that money sack, so I wouldn't steer down there. Hitting that shortcut when the track is backwards, it's really hard to cut it through right there. And yeah, that on that blaster course, sometimes the money bags can appear almost out of the course. It's ridiculous. 94, going into a Cliffhanger, which is also the first time we've seen the track in this run. So again, we're only 5 nitros away from finishing the game, so it is possible that this run will end during this race. But again, that's only if we get nitro power-ups during the race. Okay, they grabbed that one. So we need 5 nitros. So if there's a... Oh, shit. If there's a 2 nitro... No, that's a money bag. Only one item can appear on the course at a time. So you have to pick it up so the next one can appear. It's unlikely that we're going to finish during this race. It's going to be on the menu, most likely. Well, yeah. Or, oh, someone's going to get that. Someone's going to get that. This would be really cool if I could get that. Nope, I didn't get it. Damn it! That was 3 nitros. That would have been the end of the run right there. That's okay. We're gonna lose a few seconds here, but there we go. All right. So that buzzing means I can't buy any more. I've got 99 nitros. So if I were to start the next race to confirm, you see I've got 99 down there, and we're at Blaster again. This game, you know, the Super Nintendo game. It's the game I find, and this is just a personal opinion. It's a lot better when there's when you have the track pack games combined with the ones already there. That way you don't get as many repeats. Don't get me wrong, Super Off-Road is a phenomenal game. However, it's a little bit. It gets a little samey after a while when you only got the 8 tracks, and it's forward and backwards. So there's 16 tracks, but since they're not randomized, it's pseudo-random. It gets kind of lame. So that's a 2141 for classic Super Off-Road. So that's, I mean, I actually don't have my speedrun.com profile pulled up. I'd tell you, let me go look at it real quick. The record for this game, well, a Rat Killer, that depends. That's a good question. That depends on what platform you're playing it on. I'll tell you that in just a second. As soon as I got kind of slow internet here. Let me go to the speedrun.com page there. So my fastest time in the arcade is 21 minutes 17 seconds with the truck. So I got 21:41. So I'm only a few seconds off my PB. So to answer your question, Rat Killer, for the arcade, what we just saw, I currently have the de facto record of 21:17. For the arcade with the track pack, again, I've got the de facto record at 17:15. For the Super Nintendo game, I am the former world record holder with a time of 19:07. I'm now in 5th place. The current world record holder is Master of Hilarity at 12 minutes 26 seconds, followed by Zcon, Door, and then Ice 9. And then right below me at 21:29 is Skinamarsh in 6th place. There are no times logged for the Genesis version, because it is impossible. I have a category there for it, and nobody's been able to do it. Moving on to the NES, this one's kind of a mess, but I am 9th on there with a time of 19:58. World record is Mixmaster PJ with a time of 13 minutes 22 seconds. And then moving over to the Game Boy version, I had the de facto record at 24 minutes and 6 seconds, but Lemmy Barnett now has the world record as of a few months ago with 20 minutes and 34 seconds. So he saved about 3.5 minutes off of my time there. So it's divided up by platform. It's divided up by platform because these ports are so radically different that comparing the Super Nintendo to the NES, to the Game Boy, to the Genesis is not fair, because they all play differently. And they all, like, the AI behaves differently. Some, like, in this case, you start off with 25 nitros on the arcade version. On the SNES version, you start off with 10 nitros, I think. So every game is its own beast, and I figured the nicest, the fairest way to handle it would be to level the playing field, to say, okay, you're gonna speedrun Super Off-Road, we're gonna divvy it up by console. I know that for, like, Ocarina of Time, for example, you can do N64, IQ, Wii U Virtual Console. Like, those are all lumped in, and they're all on the same leaderboard, because ostensibly they're kind of the same game. The only difference is, like, loading times and text speed and things like that. But with Super Off-Road, they're so different, I figured you just got to make them different categories. That's the original Super Off-Road. So as you can see on the schedule above me, coming up next is Super Off-Road. So we're going to be moving on to the Super Off-Road Track Pack. And once we get over to that, I'll tell you a little bit more about that. So give me 1 sec. Thank you for saving my scores and settings. I want those women to always be in bikinis. Always. I like my trucks like I like my chicks, with big fake boobies on them. You saying you like your trucks with fake tits on them? Hell yeah! Like my truck with my fake tits and my truck nuts hanging off the back. Hey, thanks for checking out Gatorbox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch, because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on Gatorbox.